Hello. Hello, friends. Welcome. Gonna wait just 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes. Settle into your spaces on your mats. Getting into a beautiful, beautiful flow today. I'm really excited. Welcome, welcome. This is my first time doing this, so bear with me. I have the microphone. I hope you guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. I'm gonna be shifting back. So making sure that you guys can still hear me in this position. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday morning wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's Canada or Europe or Venezuela, Costa Rica, anywhere in the world. All right. I think we will begin. This will be recorded and posted on my YouTube channel. If you are coming in halfway, feel free to look at the channel. It will be under YouTube Live playlist. So welcome to this very special 7-week journey through the chakra system. So a little bit of an introduction to the chakra system and why it's important that we dive into this topic a little bit. Chakras are these energetic centers that we have within our body and outside of our bodies. And for the sake of our journey, we'll be talking about 7 main ones that run through from the base of the spine all the way to the crown of the head. And our journey will be going from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And it is said that when these chakras, these energetic centers, are blocked, then we may feel out of balance in our emotions, in our mindset, in our physical bodies. So each energetic center is located in a certain area of the body, so we can begin to tap into that area of the body through our breath, through our intention, through various mudras, through mantras, and through our physical asana practice. And chakras actually means wheel or disc. So you can see it as this spinning vortex of energy that has a certain vibration to it, a certain light. And we can begin to notice through our practices and through our journey together, just this awareness of how that area of the body feels to you, and how when we are starting to add that asana to the breath practice and the intention to our practice and towards that energetic center, how we begin, if we're beginning to notice subtle shifts in our emotions, in our mind, and in our physical body. So today we will be going through the root chakra. So MULADHARA is the Sanskrit word. It means root. And think of the root chakra as this red energetic center that we have at our pelvic floor. So the base of our spine is the location. The color associated is red. And this center is really this place of where we store a lot of fear. So the demon of this center, and what really inhibits us from rising up and really expanding, is fear. So classic manifestations would be anxiety, it'd be stress, it'd be a lack of belief in oneself and not a deep connection to your body and a feeling of belonging to your body or even to the world. So where there's rights for every chakra, and the right that we want to be reclaiming in this one is our right to belong and our right to have. Whether that's love that we maybe didn't receive back in the days from our caregivers, right? And our right to have nurturing, to be loved. So this practice, for not making this intro too long, is going to be about that reconnection to this very important root chakra. And when we think of root, we think of a tree. So the element related to this chakra is earth. So we're going to be going through grounding asanas. It'll be more of a Hatha practice. We'll start with a breathing practice to really get us grounded and rooted in the present moment. And then we will be going through Surya Namaskar A just to warm up the body and get things kind of limber and moving. And then we'll go through a couple asana poses that will really focus on our feet, on the pelvic floor, and our legs. So we want, again, feel that grounding sensation, that sense of strength from within, like as if we can, this feeling that we can stand on our own 2 feet. Okay? And then we will end with a nice Shavasana. So if you're ready, I have blocks here. Blocks can be useful to really start exploring the fullest expression of each asana, but they're optional. Okay? Soft surface or mat is recommended. And your journal at the end if you have anything coming up for you in terms of your experience right now. Okay, let's begin. So we're going to start seated on your mat in what's called Sukhasana, just an easy, comfortable pose. I like to bring a block or maybe your meditation cushion just underneath my sit bone so that I'm elevating myself slightly. So I'm halfway seated on the block. My hips are higher than my knees, so that really allows this lengthening of the spine. So I'm feeling as though I'm being pulled up by the crown of the spine, the crown of the head, and then my tailbone is tucking down underneath me and grounding me to the mat. And we're going to start here, palms facing down as our energy grounds. Taking a couple cleansing breaths in through your nose. Exhale, open mouth, out through your mouth. Starting to gently close your eyes. You can also keep them half open, staring down the floor in front of you, just starting to bring that awareness inwards. Just beginning to notice your body in its entirety, in its wholeness. Noticing your feet on the mat, your knees, every single part of your body touching the mat. Notice where you're perhaps holding tension in the jaw, in the eyes, in the shoulder, and just mindfully release and relax those areas of the body. Imagining as if you are growing roots from your tailbone, from your seats, all the way down to the center of the earth. Rooting yourself down, feeling supported by Mother Earth. Beginning to practice our box breathing at this time. You're going to draw a red square in your third eye. As you inhale, you start from the bottom left corner of the square, drawing up a vertical line. You hold, draw the parallel horizontal line from the top left corner to the right. And as you exhale from the top right corner to the bottom right corner, draw that vertical line, holding from the bottom right corner all the way to the starting point bottom left corner. Again, you could start with a ratio of 2, 2, 2, 2. So you inhale for 2, hold for 2, exhale for 2, hold for 2. Wherever feels comfortable. Maybe you're already at a ratio of 3, 3, 3, 3, or a ratio of 4. We're going to draw 2 squares. And the square is part of the yantra, the symbol for the root chakra. And it really solidifies that sense of structure and safety that we're building and cultivating from within here. Just creating that safe space for ourselves through our breath, which is equal ratio breathing or box breathing. Allowing to settle the mind, to ground ourselves further into our bodies, and allowing the mind to settle as well. And let's draw one more circle, one more square, together. And once you're done, your square, just come back to your regular breathing. And let's bring in a mantra for our practice today, which will be our anchor for our practice and our intention related to MULADHARA chakra, our root chakra. You can repeat it 3 times in your mind's eye or out loud. I affirm my right to belong. I affirm my right to belong here. I affirm my right to belong here on earth. And you can interpret that as you wish or add any extra words you feel resonate to you right now for your own practice. Take a moment, anchor that intention, that mantra into your third eye, into your mind. And let's allow that mantra to guide us through our physical asana practice. And once you're ready, gently wiggling your fingers, fluttering your eyes open. Taking a deep breath in, reaching your arms up. Exhale, hands together, Anjali Mudra. And beginning our practice today. We're going to begin in our child's pose, Balasana. So release that block or cushion if you had it underneath your seat. And we're going to meet at the back of the mat. In our Balasana pose, we're going to allow that chest and space to release forward. And especially if your hips are a little bit tight this morning, we're going to let the knees come mat width apart. Your toes, big toes are touching together. You're seated on your glutes here. Inhale, we're going to reach up, lengthening through the upper body. And on your exhale, you're going to start diving yourself forward, extending your arms in front of you, grounding your forehead to the mat. This is a very beautiful pose to start to our practice, especially for a grounding practice connecting to Muladhara Chakra. As we're opening our hearts to Mother Earth, you could see it this way. And this is a very grounding pose, also with your third eye coming to the ground. Taking deep breaths, feeling your breath in your lower back, in your chest. You'll also feel a nice stretch along the shoulder. Just bring that awareness within. Whenever you find your mind start going forward into the future, just bring yourself back gently and with compassion to your mantra, to your body, to the part of the body that's grounded on the mat. Very nice. Take one last deep breath in. On the exhale, gently guide yourself towards your tabletop position, rounding through the spine. Bring your knees hip width apart. We're going to start with a little warming up of the spine. Your gentle cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck that chin towards the chest. I like to add a little bit of movement here to make this extra nice and juicy on my spine. Again, inhale, round the spine, tailbone reaches to the top of the ceiling. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Really press into the mat with your hands. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, round that spine. Arch the back. Exhale, round the spine. Look towards your belly button. Very nice. Come back to tabletop position, neutral spine. This time we're going to tuck our toes underneath us and we're just going to hover the knees. So in this bear stance position with our knee hovers, we're engaging our core. So starting to awaken the core a little bit. It's going to help us for all the balancing postures we're going to do, and as well as the asanas. It's always nice to ignite that core at the beginning of the practice. So my shoulders are above my wrists here. My hips are above my knees. And I'm breathing for 5, 4, 3. Feel that in the thighs as well. 2. And 1. We're going to start extending our knees, lifting the hips back into our first downward facing dog here. Again, take the moment to release that body. I like to pedal out one knee and then the other. Allow that movement as well in your shoulders. Movement a little bit in your head. You can do little rolls. Just allow this to feel good on your body. And let's find that downward facing dog, that stillness at Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can allow those knees to bend as well. So the heels don't need to be completely on the mat, but we're trying to get that feeling of grounding, spreading all the fingers out wide. Knuckles are pressing to the mat. Chest is pointing to the center of the mat. Head is aligned with the hands and the arms, lengthening the neck, pointing the elbows down. Very grounding pose here. Through the practice, feel free to engage your Ujjayi breath, which is our ocean breathing, making that kind of ocean sound in the back of your throat. This helps you calm the mind and keep you present. Very nice. Looking to the top of the mat, let's bend the knees and just start walking the feet, heel toeing your feet so that you're coming to the top of the mat. Again, you can bend through the knees here. So this is really depend on how tight your hamstrings are. So again, full permission, keep the knees bent. Here when I'm to the top of the mat, I'm going to inhale, extend the knees, lengthen the spine, slide the hands along the shin, so I'm flattening my back here, navel to the spine. Exhale, I go a little further in my Uttanasana, standing forward. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lengthening, look forward, flatten the back. Shoulder blades are pointing back along the back side of your ribcage. Exhale, Standing forward fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway lengthen, extending through the knees, looking forward, engage the core. Exhale, Uttanasana. And in this one, let's keep those feet hip width apart, bend through the knees slightly, grab onto opposite, elbows with opposite hands. Let's just add a nice little rock side to side in this ragdoll. Just releasing the lumbar spine, just allowing gravity to do the work with your upper body. Very nice. Feeling that grounding with your feet. Releasing the hands. Heel toe your feet at this time. You're zipping your feet together. Bend to the knees. And let's slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming up to our Tadasana, mountain pose. Head comes up last. Shoulders roll away from the ears. In a strong Tadasana pose here. Chest is open. Shoulders are away from the ears, palms are facing forward. This is a very important asana because we're here standing. And sometimes when we don't feel as though we belong in this world, when we're fearful and anxious, we might be tendency to round our spines and to play small. But here we're really standing strongly and grounded and rooted. Connected to earth, and we have this sense of belonging on earth, that we matter. So here in this pose, really feel that energetically as you bring in the energy of the earth beneath your feet and allow it to run up through all your body on the inhale, all the way to the crown of the head, and exhale, recycling it back down to the ground of the earth and in again. Reaffirming the mantra, I affirm to myself that I belong here. Just opening your chest and getting ready for our Surya Namaskara A as we welcome the day with this strength and grounding. Starting to flutter your eyes open. Take that inhale, reach the arms up. Uddhva Slight arch of the back if that's comfortable for you. Exhale, dive yourself down, standing forward. Inhale, step that right leg back, bend that left knee in our Anjaneyasana. Exhale, step back into your plank position. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, bring the knees down. Bend through the elbows, bring the chest and the chin. Inhale, come into cobra. Keep that pelvic floor on the mat, ground. Exhale, bring yourself back into child's pose. Inhale, round yourself back into tabletop. Tuck your toes underneath you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Big step, top of the mat, lower the back knee. Chest is forward, gaze is forward. Exhale, left foot comes to meet the right. Uttanasana, standing forward. Inhale, let's rise with a flat back, power through the legs. Look up and forward. Exhale, hands to heart center, samastitihi, to the other side. Inhale, rise up, Uddhva. Exhale, Uttanasana. Standing forward. Inhale, halfway length. Exhale, bend both knees, big step back with the right foot. Lower the right knee down, look forward. Inhale, step back with your left foot into plank position. Exhale, Ashtangasana, knees, chest in. Bring your knees down, your chest and your chin. Inhale, slide yourself forward and up in your cobra. So your pubic bone is still on the mat here. Your thighs are on the mat, shoulders away from the ears, elbows pointing back. Exhale, rise on your knees and back to your child's pose. Right away, inhale, come into tabletop. Tuck the toes. Exhale, lift back into your downward facing dog. Let's stay with the flow. Inhale. Bring that left foot top of the mat. Lower that right knee. Exhale, right foot comes to the top. Uttanasana. Inhale, gaze forward, arms come forward, all the way up with the gaze. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna do that 2 more times, just to get that body warming and that we can get those poses. Longer held pose is gonna be a little bit easier for the rest of our practice. So let's go. Grounding with your feet. Inhale, reach up. Urdhva. Exhale, Uttanasana. Folding over top of your legs. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Rise on your tippy fingers. Exhale, bend both knees. Step the left foot back. Lower the left knee. Inhale, ground both hands. Step the right foot back into plank. For your exhale, you can do your Chaturanga Dandasana or your knees, chest, chin. Inhale, if you're doing upward facing dog, roll your toes underneath you. Top of the foot is pressing into the mat. Lift the thighs, chest is pointing forward. Exhale, roll the toes underneath you. Let's all meet in our downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps to the top of the mat. Lower that left knee, look forward. Exhale, left foot steps to the top of the mat, Uttanasana. Standing forward fold. Inhale, rise with a flat back, power through the legs, engage the glutes. Exhale, hands to heart center in Samastitihi. Stay grounded and balanced. Finishing the Surya Namaskara A on the other side. Inhale, reach up, look up, slight arch to the back. Exhale, dive yourself forward. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, bend both knees, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Lower the right foot, the right knee, look forward. Inhale, ground both hands, step back into your plank position. And again, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Make sure the shoulders are away from the ears, elbows pointing back. Always keep a micro bend in the elbows. Exhale, lift the hips, roll the toes underneath you, meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the left knee, step forward with the left foot, lower the right knee down to the mat. I like to ground my fingertips here to allow my pelvis to reach closer to the floor. Exhale, big step forward with the right foot, Uttanasana, standing forward. Inhale, rise with the flat back. Exhale, Samastitihi, integrating our Surya Namaskara A. In Samastitihi, Anjali Mudra, hands in prayer position in front of your heart. Take a moment here to close your eyes, feel that grounding sensation with your feet, growing the roots down towards the center of the earth. Feeling this deep connection to the body, to the earth, knowing that we are one, that your body is part of earth and that you belong here. Slowly opening your eyes, let's go through our next sequence of asanas. You're going to hold them for a little bit longer. So inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, bend both knees. Big step back at this time with the right foot. We're going to come into our low lunge. So you can lower that right knee down. And once you're ready and you found your balance, engage the core. lift yourself up into your low lunge. So here you're going to untuck your back foot, make sure that the front knee is over top of the front ankle. And a couple options here with your hands. Maybe your hands are on your hips at this time. So you're going to feel this nice opening in the right psoas here. Maybe your hands are up. Your hands are on your front knee. Just make sure that you're relaxing the shoulders in every of these positions, okay? Maybe you're interlacing your fingers and you're adding a slight arch at the back here. Making sure to keep that core engaged to protect the lower back. We hold here. Hips are forward. Chest is forward. Gaze is soft. See if we can practice the Sthira Sukhamasana. Keeping that pose steady and with ease in our gaze, our breath. And feel that solidity in our lower body. Very nice. One more deep breath in. On your exhale, bring the hands towards 2 blocks or the center of your mat. We're going to extend that front knee, come into our half split or Adha Anumanasana. Flexing the front toe. So that left toe is flexed just to get deeper into the calf muscle. So we're trying to think of folding over top of that front thigh here. So my hands could be on 2 blocks. Or they could be on my fingertips, or they could be fully my palms on the mat. Just want to make sure I'm protecting that lower back here. Hips are being squared in the front of the mat. Feel as though I'm pushing my right hip forward, pulling that left hip back. Feel a really nice stretch along that left hamstring. Very nice. One more deep breath in. On your exhale, you're going to release the blocks, ground the front foot. Coming back into our low lunge. This time, tuck your back foot underneath you, getting ready for crescent lunge. Reach the arms up. And when you're ready, on your exhale, you're going to lift that back knee off the mat into our crescent lunge. So this time, it's going to engage a little bit more the legs. And this is what we want. We want that solidity in the lower body. Feel that connection with your legs, with your feet to the earth. Reaching up like branches with your arms coming up. Let's hold here. Feel that engagement as well in the core, protecting your lower back. Breathe. 2 more breaths. Very nice. At this time, we're going to open up into Warrior 2. So pivot on the back foot and start opening it up. So the back foot is now perpendicular to the front foot. You bring that right arm back as you bring that left arm forward into our Warrior 2. So readjust your stance if needed, making sure that you can see your big toe, that your front knee is not moving inwards, engaging that inner thigh and that front leg. You're engaging the back leg, making it nice and strong and firm. You're energetically pulling both heels together, engage the inner thighs. Gaze is soft, looking forward, shoulders away from the ears and soft. Just notice how this position feels in your mind and in your body. Moving to Trikonasana, our triangle pose. We're going to inhale, extend the front knee, reach forward, hips come back as your left hand reaches forward. Exhale, bring that left hand onto a block or fingertips on the mat or on your shin as you reach that right hand up. So here we're trying to stack the hips, stack the shoulders, really think of opening that chest to the side, so to the right side. Your gaze can come up if that feels comfortable for your neck, or it can be on the side, or it can be down. I'll see how that feels. Play around with the block as well. Just notice what happens with your chest when you release the block. It becomes a little bit harder. So we want to make sure that we can still have that comfortable position and that we can maintain this pose for these 3 breaths. And that lengthening in the right side of the body here as well. And creating some space. And sending your breath there intentionally and mindfully. Very nice. Transitioning on the exhale to Skandasana. So inhale, windmill that top arm forward. And then bring it back as you bend the right knee. Right knee is bent. The right foot is in a line with your right knee. And right now my left leg is extended. My left leg is pointing up into this Skandasana. My right hand is grounded. Maybe your right foot is not grounded because those hips are pretty tight. So it's okay. You can keep it raised. And with practice, you'll be able to bring it down. So maybe you're here. Maybe your hands are grounded and you're here. And that's completely fine. Maybe if that right foot is grounded, you can bring that right hand to the mat and reach that left arm up. I'm giving you some modifications so you can start playing around and explore your body and how different modifications affect your body energetically, physically, and mentally. Very nice. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, bring both hands down. We're going to press ourselves up to warrior 2. So this you can do without your hands if you have very strong lower body, or just slightly press yourself up and then readjust yourself to come to warrior 2. Front foot is pointing forward, back foot is pointing to the side perpendicular, coming back into our warrior 2. Very nice. Opening the palm of the hand at this time. I'm going to lift the back heel and start pivoting on the back foot. So I come back into this crescent lunge. So now I'm facing the front of the mat. Inhale, I reach my arms up into my crescent lunge. And on my exhale, I'm going to transition into warrior 3. So our balancing pose. We're going to start with our blocks here. So you can bring your blocks forward. And here, watch the transition. So I inhale. Exhale, I bring my arms forward towards the 2 blocks, and I lift my back knee and my back foot off the mat. My hips are squared to the mat. I'm flexing the right foot, so the one that's lifted, squaring the hips to the mat. I'm feeling that strength in that supporting leg. Micro bend in the knee, of course. Protect that knee. And here's where I'm going to start to play. So I can either stay here, and maybe this is right and just enough for me today. Or maybe I want to get into a different expression of this pose and start lifting my hands and bring my hands to Anjali Mudra. So my core is engaged here. My focus is down to the mat with my gaze. My back leg is engaged. A couple deep breaths here. Last breath in. Ooh. It's okay if you fall out. That's part of the practice. We're building that strength. On the exhale, I'm going to slowly bring my foot back to meet the other one. Into Tadasana. Give a little shake of the knees, shake of the legs. That may have been challenging for you, and that's okay, and that's part of the practice. We're building some strength. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale, reach up, lengthen, full body stretch. Exhale, come down to our Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, this time, big step back with the left foot. Bend the right knee, lower the left knee to the ground. Bring the blocks a little bit closer towards your mat. Once you find that balance, and engage in the core, lower, untuck the back foot, and let's rise into our Anjaneyasana, our low lunge. So again, here, make sure you do the same modification you did for the other side, just to make sure things are balanced. So ensure that your knee is over top of your ankle. Maybe you're taking the hands on hips position, hands on the knees, or perhaps you're coming up, growing the branches with your hands, palms facing each other. Keep that length in the neck, gazes forward. Or maybe you're interlacing the fingers and you're really pressing that pelvis closer to the mat. Feeling a nice stretch in the left psoas. The gaze is coming up perhaps. Mini back bend here, engaging the core. Feel that solidity and strength in your lower body. Deep breath in. On your exhale, release the hands, bring them towards two blocks, extend the right knee, flex the right foot. Walk your hands to the center of the mat. Coming into our Ardha Hanumanasana, our half split here. Squaring the hips to the front of the mat, you're flexing your front foot to get into the calf muscle. You're breathing here. Feel a nice stretch in the right hamstring. And these moments of stillness is really a beautiful invitation to go within and just notice how each position feels in your mind, in your body, in your emotions, like what is coming up for you. This is the beauty of the practice, making it a holistic practice and seeing how our body responds to each poses. Not only physically, but also energetically. And one more deep breath. On your exhale, you're going to ground that right foot. Bring the blocks in front of you. Reach back up into your low lunge. Remember, we're going to transition to a crescent lunge, so tuck the back foot underneath you. Then when you're ready, let's rise up into our crescent lunge. So the difference here, we're just lifting that back knee. So you're feeling as though somebody's pulling from your back knee to the back of your room. So you're really engaging that left thigh here. That left leg is engaged. Crescent lunge, sink deep. See how far you can sink into your lunge without compromising the alignment of your knee and your front ankle. Palms are facing each other. Very nice. Transitioning to warrior two. Just pivot so that you can see me on the other side. So transition again. I'm pivoting from the back foot, opening it up. Right arm comes forward, left arm comes back into our warrior two. Maybe I'm going to want to shift. See if I can go a little lower. My front foot just a little further. Soft gaze, shoulders away from the ears, tailbone tucks underneath you, navel into the spine. It's a nice pose that is very strong. Really builds that solid foundation for ourselves. Transitioning to Trikonasana. When you inhale, I extend that right knee, reach forward the right hand as my left hip comes back. Exhale, my right hand comes to a block, or perhaps to my shin, ankle, or fingertips touching the mat. So I reach that left hand up to the sky. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Opening my chest to the left at this time. Maybe my gaze comes up, or maybe it's just to the side. Taking a nice opening on the left side of the body at this time. Microbend that front knee. Feeling also a nice stretch in the inside of that right thigh. Very nice. Bring the gaze back down. Transitioning to Skandasana. Inhale, reach that left arm forward and back as you bend the left knee, coming down towards that left heel with your glutes, extending the right leg. Right foot points up. Your left foot should be aligned with your left knee. So again, if you're not able to ground that left foot, that's okay. Just come up. Maybe you're on your fingertips. Your left heel is lifted. Maybe you're also on a block. It's going to be easier when your chest is lifted and your back heel is lifted, your left heel is lifted. If you can ground it, you can either stay here and just feel that sensation along the right thigh, inner right thigh, or you take it a step further. Left hand grounds, right hand reaches up. Different modifications for this pose. Stay here and breathe in this stillness. One more deep breath in. To come out on the exhale, we're going to bring both hands together. Transitioning out, you can use that lower body strength. I like to just give myself a little push with my hands. My mat sort of slips. So slight push, extend the left knee, bend the right knee, coming back into our warrior two. Arms come back out. Strong warrior two. Transitioning this time to crescent lunge, opening the palms of the hands. Lift the back heel and start pivoting on the back foot so that you're facing the front of the mat here. Okay? We're back into our crescent lunge. Sinking nice and deep. Maybe we can go a little further now that body's warm. Bring our arms up, getting ready to transition for our warrior three. Just going to bring here the blocks. If your blocks are not in front of the mat, then you can bring them there. Coming back into your crescent lunge. Big inhale here. On your exhale, you're going to shoot your hands forward towards your blocks, lifting that left foot off the mat, and your left leg is off the mat as well now. Doesn't need to go so high. This is not standing splits. It can just be parallel to the mat. Flexing the left foot, just engaging that leg that's up in the air. Grounding, growing those roots in the right foot, bending slightly that supporting knee. And again, this could be where I'm hanging out for today. This is enough just to get that solid foundation in and grounded. And then we can build in the next class. Or if I want to explore a little more, I'm going to lower my center of gravity a little bit by bending the knee. And bring my hands to heart, Anjali Mudra. Keep that leg flexed though. That left foot is flexed. That lightness, it will create that lightness and lividity in your body. Very nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring both feet together in at the top of the mat. Just going to come back to the top of the mat with you guys. Coming back into our Tadasana. Shaking out the legs. Coming back to center, coming back to our balance. And do a couple more poses closer towards the mat, just to end off with a nice feeling of being grounded and rooted. So at this time, what we're going to do is open our feet out, mat width apart, coming into our Malasana, so our yogic squat. Inhale, I'm going to reach up, lengthen full body. Exhale, hands to heart as I bend the knees and lower down. So my knees are actually aligned with my feet here. I'm lowering down into my Malasana squat. Now, I understand that this may not be accessible to everybody, so this is where you can play around. You can bring your heels onto blocks as such. and stay here. Or you can roll your mat as well to give you that leverage. And step over top with your heels and bring your hands onto blocks. Right? So this is a really deep hip opener. So if you have tight hips, this will be a little bit spicy, but it's going to be amazing. So you're pointing the tailbone down to the mat as your crown reaches up. So once you got your desired position, modifying where necessary, what I like to do is I bring my hands in Anjali Mudra and I use my elbows to press my knees away from my body. So really get that opening of the chest forward, get a deeper stretch in the inner groin muscles. Reaching the crown of the head up as my tailbone tucks underneath me and points down to the mat. That Apana Vayu energy is really being felt here. So feeling all maybe that negative energy that you've been holding within you, those feelings that I don't belong, the anxiety, the stress, just feel it all kind of melting away into the mat, into the earth with this position. Last deep breath in. Exhale. Let's release this pose. Just bringing your hands to the back, releasing the knees. Bringing both feet on the mat, both hands behind you. Hands are pointing towards your feet. We're going to take a reverse tabletop. It's always nice to do a little bit of a back bend and a heart opener. And this one I like to call it the grounding heart opener. Grounding our feet, we're grounding hands. Inhale, I lift my pelvis up. My gaze is forward towards my knees, or it's up to the sky, or perhaps I'm putting my head back and my gaze is to the back of the mat. This gentle, this nice heart opening pose, engaging the back side of my body, feeling my four corners of my body also grounded, my hands and my feet. Just noticing what this sensation is for me, energetically opening my heart to the sky. And slowly lowering down. Sit bones to the mat, extending my legs forward, coming in through my Paschimottanasana, my seated forward fold, in the Dandasana here, nice and grounded with my hips, my pelvic floor to the mat, flexing my toes, getting into my calves, and also engaging my thighs. Inhale, I reach up, lengthening through the upper body. Exhale, I bring my navel to chest to allow myself to bend forward, bring my chest towards my thighs, reaching wherever is possible to me. Maybe it's on the ground, maybe it's on the feet. Inhale, slightly open my chest, halfway lengthen. Exhale, gently round into this seated forward fold. Again, the micro bend of the knees here is, of course, welcomed, especially for tight hamstrings and hips. Sometimes I like to add just a little bit of movement to get deeper into this pose, trying to bring the back of my knee towards the mat. Just feeling your legs grounded and supported and strong here. As we finish off with this yin-like pose, cooling pose. Slowly rounding up into a Dandasana, bending the knees, scooting forward slightly. Inhale, I'm going to reach forward, rounding through the spine. Exhale, I'm rounding my spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way to the mat. Coming to the mat here. Taking my pre-final pose, happy baby. Inhale, extend through the legs, feet are pointing up to the sky, flex the toes. Exhale, bend through the knees, reach for the big toes with peace fingers or the outside of my feet. And I could add little rocks from side to side here if that feels good. I also sometimes like to extend one knee and the other or both at the same time. And this is also a very vulnerable pose to be in. And sometimes, a lot of times when we're acting out of fear and we're living through fear, we close ourselves off to a lot of opportunities and experiences in our lives for growth and to be out there and do things that we love. So in this pose, it's just connecting to that of what is it that I'm potentially closed off to? What is it I'm afraid of? What a part of me am I afraid to show to the world? And just take a moment with yourself there and inquire. Very nice. Slowly bring the knees together, giving yourself one last big hug, maybe kiss, and then releasing into our Shavasana. So this time, I'm going to do about like a 1 minute Shavasana. If you want more time in your Shavasana, feel free to add more time at the end of this live stream. Shavasana is full integration of our practice of our theme of today, which is MULADHARA Chakra. It's an opportunity for you to really cultivate and embody and feel this energy of groundedness and of safety and security within you through stillness. Feet are mat width apart. Arms are along the side of your body. A little bit of space between your body and your arms. Palms facing up. Eyes are gently closed, and just scanning your body one last time for any tension that you may still be holding on to. So allowing yourself to sink into Mother Earth's embrace, into her cradle, into her womb. To be nourished, to be loved, so that you yourself could remember that you are love, and that you are always nourished and supported. I affirm to myself my right to be here. I affirm to myself my right to be here. I affirm to myself my right to be here. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be loved. Slowly, let's start adding movement to our body, signaling it that it's time to rise, shine, and take on the day. Deeply connected to Mother Earth, to the sense of stability and safety we've cultivated from within. Feels good to you, inviting a nice full body stretch, reaching the hands over top of the head as your feet reach the opposite direction. And slowly bring yourself to fetal position, bending the knees, rolling yourself to one preferred side. And what this beautiful pose does, is just giving you an opportunity to remind yourself or remember that time when you were in the womb just before coming out into this world, that you were safe and you were comfortable in there. This is what we're trying to cultivate here before we rise and shine and step out into the world, that we know that we can nourish ourselves, that we can be with ourselves, that we can tell ourselves it's going to be okay. I've got you. And when you're ready, coming back into the first pose we started off in, which was our Sukhasana, our seated pose. Just a nice, comfortable pose for you. At this time, placing the hands in your heart center, and taking a moment to notice any energetic shift that you may feel from the moment you stepped onto your mat to this very moment right now. Perhaps you feel a bit more calm and grounded. Perhaps you feel more connected to your physical and energetic body. Bring more awareness to this powerful MULADHARA Chakra, the energetic center at the base of your spine, and remembering to connect with this energetic center throughout the rest of your day and your week ahead. Through nature, mindful walks in nature, through the food you eat that nourish your body, through your breath. It has the power to regulate your emotions and still your mind. Through those moments with yourself in stillness and quiet, first thing when you wake up and right before bed, those precious moments of reconnection. Placing your hands in Anjali Mudra in prayer position in front of your heart center. A moment of gratitude for your practice, for showing up this morning, for dedicating this hour we've had together to your health and to your well-being. Wishing you a lovely Sunday. Enjoy this day. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this morning for this practice, this grounding practice. And stay tuned, because next Sunday at the same time, 9 a.m. EST, we'll be going through a practice that will be connected to our sacral chakra, the Svadhisthana chakra. So stay tuned on my Instagram. I'm going to put the link in the comments to look at just being tuned and aware and updated on the promotions I will be doing for my next one coming up. And also I'll be adding in the comments journaling prompts. Okay? So enjoy the rest of your day. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments below, and stay connected to your body, and remember that you are here for a reason. Thank you so much.